Shay and Nicole with you on SportsCenter. I know that it's very early in the season, but this was a big win tonight for one team. You call that a tease?
Yeah, that's a tease. For one team that is very accustomed to winning, but there's another tease.
There we go.
This is the Warriors and Celtics we're talking about. And the thing is, these two have a little bit of bad blood for kind of weird reason. It goes back to the Olympics and Paris, and the Celtics fans have not forgotten.
Of the Golden State Warriors is Steve Kerr.
Remember, he didn't play Tatum. Remember when that happened early in the first quarter? Celtics up 8. Derek White's like, let's all forget about that and play some basketball as he drains the 3. Look at the Team USA jerseys right behind Kerr, pointing at him. And so we continue. Second quarter, Warriors up 1. Steph Curry coming off a screen all day long. Is he going to make that shot as he falls to the ground for just dramatic flair? To the third quarter, Celtics down double digits. Peyton Pritchard to Tatum. Remember, show him why you should have started that game right there. Nails it. Celtics down 7. Tatum again, pulling up from deep. Drains it. Celtics now down 4. We're cutting that deficit. Tatum sizing up his defender and says, no, I'm good from this far away from the basket. Tatum had 32 points. Celtics are now down 2. Pritchard, anything you can do, I can do better, even though you're my teammate. Drills the 3. Celtics had just 40 points in the first half, exceeded that in the third quarter with 41. They trailed by 1 point after 3 quarters. So now the fourth quarter, crunch time. Celtics down 2. White, good from long range all day. Let's keep it going. Nails the triple. Celtics jump out to a 1-point lead. White had 26 points in this game. But they have Steph Curry on the Warriors. He's doing moves, and he's hitting triples as well. He's fired up about it. Warriors down 1. Draymond Green. Let's get back to Curry down low. That's not usually his sweet spot, but it was right when they needed it. Here's Curry driving in the lane, hits a tough layup. Now the Warriors are up 5. Curry giving it to the guy who has been the unsung hero for this Warriors team early, and that would be Buddy Hield. Warriors win 118-112. Curry had 27 points, 9 dimes, 7 boards, and 4 steals in this game.
What allowed you guys to gain control late in the fourth quarter there?
We know Boston's going to keep coming. They can shoot it from all over the place. Everybody's a weapon or a threat. But we, on offense, took care of the ball, which is something we struggle with historically. But when we have good possessions and good shots, whether we make them offensive rebound and then we get our defense set against that team, that's the only way you can win. And so we controlled that down the stretch.
Defensively, you guys were relentless tonight. You, in particular, were everywhere. Why has that aspect of this team's game improved so much this season?
Just a commitment to understanding that wins ball games. Last year we were really small. We have a lot of athletes and size to mix around. And I mean, they still got numbers, but it's how they get it. You got to make every possession tough. So you try not to have any weak links on the floor, and everybody help each other. Like we always say, have each other's back, and guys are stepping up and committing to it.
This was 1 of 3 against some of the best in the NBA on the road. What'd you learn about your group tonight?
We're capable of beating anybody. It's hard. You got to embrace the challenge. But this is a different year. We're trying to, take baby steps and develop an identity. Buddy Hield has been playing unbelievable. That big shot he had in the corner was huge. Draymond, Loon, Trace in the paint, securing the defensive anchor for us. But everybody's stepping up in their role. We're very deep, and you don't know whose night it's going to be. So I love the vibe that we have. We're, 8 games in, long way to go.
Thanks for the time. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Draymond Green's happy baby will make us all smile. The Warriors are the second team to start 5-0 on the road and score 115 or more points in each game in NBA history. They joined the Lakers in 1985, 1986, who actually did it over their first 6 road games. Warriors are now 7-1, their best start since 2021 and 2022. That was the year they last won the finals.
A couple of things there that Steph Curry said that stand out. One of them being, we are capable of beating anyone. So this was a win over the Celtics. Obviously, it's also early in the season. But what kind of a statement did this team make tonight?
Listen, this team is for real. And what he said, I'm not sure he would have made that statement over the last couple of seasons. This team feels different. I loved what I saw out of them in camp and in the preseason. It's carried over into the regular season. They're doing it on both ends. They've hit a reset button in Golden State with some new additions. Very fun style, and this is what they do when they close games out. Very difficult to defend at the end of the game. Let's jump right into it. You take a look here. Now, first thing you're going to notice, let's take a look at the time and score. Down 1, 3:40 to go. It's winning time. You're on the road in Boston, best team in the NBA. You're going to have to execute at a high level. And I want to talk about what Steph Curry creates. And no player in the history of this league has created more miscommunication problems defensively than Steph Curry. And here's what I'm talking about. So the ball is all the way over on this side of the floor. Against most guys, if you're this backline defender, you could be off to the ball in the lane. You could visually be sort of watching the ball, keeping an eye on your guy, but really worried about what's going on over here. That's not the case with Steph Curry, and you're going to see what Jrue Holiday is worried about. What he's really going to be afraid of is this action on the high screen. And you can see Jrue Holiday tries to jump over the top of this screen to beat Curry to the spot because he's worried about the three. Steph Curry just reverses course, goes back door. Easy layup, probably easiest shot of the night for Steph Curry, gives the Warriors the lead late. Now, another opportunity to create offense for Steph Curry and the problems that he creates for you. First thing he does, I want to operate it in a switch. So let's see if I can get a big on me. That's going to mean a different level of help on the back line because Al Horford is not going to be able to keep Steph Curry in front. And take a look what happens off the ball. Here's Jason Tatum. Now, he's guarding Buddy Hield, who's had an incredible year for them. Jason Tatum should have an awareness of where Buddy Hield is. Instead, he completely sells out to Steph Curry. All of his attention is right here in this area of the floor. Jrue Holiday is back here on the back line. He sees Curry, but he's also got to worry about this lob threat on the baseline, so he is stuck in this position. Buddy Hield is just going to float to this open spot, and it's too far for Jason Tatum to recover, and this is how they close the game out. This is the dagger shot for the night. Buddy Hield continues his hot shooting. 22 points a game in 25 minutes a game coming into this one and made the big plays down the stretch. I just love the way this Warriors team is playing, competing defensively, very active. They're small but versatile. And then offensively, they're giving you some fresh looks, and they've added some shooting. And this is a team right now that's very confident. Draymond Green, Steph Curry are exuding that confidence.
They're also able to hand the Celtics a second loss of this season. But if we're looking at just the East, and we are for this minute, the last undefeated team in the East is also in action. That would be the Cavs taking on the Pelicans. Not my highlight, though, is Shay's.
What a nice little alley-oop you sent to me. Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs, yes, undefeated still, as Nicole just said, taking on the Pelicans. Cavs looking for their 9th straight win to start the season. That would be a good start for sure. There we go on the other end. Isaac Okoro lays it in. Good block by Allen, by the way. Cavs tie the game at 63. Later on, Cavs by 2 now. Darius Garland intercepts the pass, pulls up from 3 in transition. Yes. Cavs extend the lead to 5. Under 9 minutes left in the third. Cavs up in transition again. Mitchell. Catch and shoot 3 is an easy thing to do if your name is Donovan Mitchell. Next Pelicans possession. Jose Alvarado lobs it to Williamson. I can't use his last name. Why did I say that? It's just Zion. Yes. Pelicans down 10 to the fourth quarter. Pelicans trailing in transition. Zion gets the ball inside, gets the layup, and let's go with and 1. He'd make the free throw, so the Pels cut the lead to 7. Alvarado again in transition. He was huge late in the game for the Pelicans. Now their lead is 6. But what can the Cavs do with 1 Donovan Mitchell? Drives in the lane, tough floater to go. And so now we're in crunch time. Cavs leading 119-112. Mitchell pulling up. Mid-range jumper is good. Let's stay with the Cavs in their next possession. This time Darius Garland to Evan Mobley, the young fella, for a dunk. Cavs would win it 131-122, and they remain undefeated. And so Kenny Atkinson off to the hottest start you could possibly ask for. He's the first coach in NBA history with a 9-0 start in a first season with a franchise. The Cavs have scored 110 points in each of those games, tying the 1960-1961 Philadelphia Warriors for the most consecutive wins, scoring 110 points to begin a season in NBA history.
So Shay just kind of asked that question, like, what can the Cavs continue to do here with Donovan Mitchell? And the answer is they just keep winning. So when you watch them play, what do you see as being the key to their hot start?
Well, listen, this team had a very good year a year ago to lose in the second round of the playoffs, but they're much better. And I think the reason is because they've turned up the volume on the three-point shooting. It's unleashed them offensively. But here's what I love about them. The versatility of the two bigs, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, The way those guys play off of each other with their spacing offensively, the way that they're interchangeable defensively as a rim protector, very few teams have this sort of length and rim protection at the 4 or the 5. And Mobley can even step out on the floor and guards on a switch on a pick and roll. They've got a star in Donovan Mitchell, obviously, but then they've also got Darius Garland, who can morph into, hey, playmaking point guard tonight, but tomorrow night you need 40. I can go do that. Stable of shooters, sixth man in Karis LeVert. They just check every box in what you want offensively, and they compete hard defensively every night. Clearly, they've connected with Kenny Atkinson. They've got a great start going. I think it's more than that. I think this team is going to be very relevant in the mix near the top of the East the entire season.
Going to be a great start. Going to be a great game on Friday, too, because who did the Cavs take on? The Warriors. That is Tim Legler.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA, I'm here,